Join me on a journey to embrace your Kavela life. Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Rachel. Welcome to your yin practice. So today we will begin standing at the top of our mat. I'm going to go through a little warm up here and then make our way down onto the mat. So bringing the feet together, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Start to turn the palms out to the sides. Close the eyes or keep the gaze straight ahead. Just coming to the present moment. Slowly arriving on your mat. Let's inhale, float the arms up to the sky, bring the palms together, hands in prayer, coming into the heart center. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention, dedication for your practice if you'd like. Maybe take a moment here also to think about what you're thankful for. Let's inhale, slowly float the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. With each breath, starting to go a little deeper, lengthening that breath, building that internal heat. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale, holding here. Bend the knees, come into your first forward fold. So really be generous with the bend in the knees. Inhale, start to make your way into a flat back. Gaze forward, exhale, fold, bend the knees. Roll all the way up, start to roll that spine. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, just repeating that 2 more times. Start to connect the breath with the movement. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Rolling all the way up. Inhale. Lift and lengthen. Open up that front body. Start to come into a mini back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart. So slowly easing into your practice. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Rolling all the way. Inhale. Lift and lengthen here. Ground the feet. Lift those ribs out of the hips. Open up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. We're going to add on here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step that right leg, left leg. Find your high plank. Finding high plank. Check in, make sure you have that alignment, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Start to engage the core, drawing the navel to the spine. Create that beautiful straight line from the crown to the feet. Holding here, push the breath through the body. And then lower the knees, chest, chin. Take it all the way down. Coming onto the belly, take the palms outside the chest, elbows to the sky. Peel the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, take it down. Press into the palms, pass through tabletop, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Taking 2 deep breaths here. And any movement you need, maybe pedal the heels, bend the knees, move the hips, let the head just hang. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Gaze past the knees. And just think about lifting those hips higher, letting the sternum drop. Releasing any tension, any stress. Start to let it go. And let's walk those heels coming to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Slowly rolling all the way up. Inhale, float the arms. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. Repeating that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Really start to come into that nice breath. Left leg, right leg, high plank. Hold here. An option here to just stay still or ground the knees to modify, or start to bring some movement into the feet, the toes, the ankles, just shifting forward and back. Waking up the calves. And then find stillness, lower knees, chest, chin, take it down. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale, float it down. Press into the palms, tabletop, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lift those hips up. And think about lengthening the hamstrings, dropping the heels down to the ground. Breathing here. Lift those heels, walk the feet coming back to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Roll all the way up. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Adding on here, inhale up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink those hips. Lift the heart. Unshrug the shoulders. Slight pelvic tilt here. Reaching through the fingertips. Sit down nice and low, firing up the quads. Big arms, dive it forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, walk, step, or float the feet. Find your high plank. And come into high plank if you're ready. Chaturanga, or stick with knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. I'm going to add on right here, float that right leg up to the sky, coming into your 3-legged dog. Square the hips and shoulders to the ground. Really extend through that right leg. Don't worry about getting it up really high. Just lengthen here. Point the toe. Flex the foot a couple of times. And then bend that right knee, stacking the hip. Flex that right foot. Right hip stacks over the left. Opening up. And then extend that right leg up to the sky, flex the foot, float it down to meet the left. Coming back to your downward facing dog. Option to hold here or high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. So find that space. And then let's switch legs. Left leg, 3-legged dog. Float it up. Square the shoulders and hips to the ground. Maybe drop that right heel a little closer to the ground. Breathe, really lengthen through that left leg. Flex that left foot, point the toes a couple of times. Take this time to wake up the body nice and slow. And then flex that left foot, bend the left knee, stacking the hip. Breathe here, really opening up. Press that left foot, press it away. Extending back to your 3-legged dog, then float the left foot to meet the right foot, down dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll through the feet, down dog. Pedal the heels, bend the knees, move the hips, shake it out. Hold, find stillness. Lift those heels, walk, step, or float the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, come back to chair pose. Big inhale out. Exhale, hands to heart. Circle those arms up. Utkatasana. So, second time here, try to go a little deeper into that chair. Pelvic tilt. Unshrug the shoulders, relax that upper body. Exhale, forward fold, dive it forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time, left leg, right leg. Find your high plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Right leg's gonna float up. We're gonna add on here, right leg, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Knee to chest, step through for a low lunge. Inhale, circle those arms up. Exhale, sink the hips. Breathing here, reach through the fingertips. Big arm circle, frame that right foot. Tuck the toes, flow it out. 3-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Exhale, float it down, down dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg, 3-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hip. Left knee into the chest, low lunge, step through. Inhale, sweep those arms. Exhale, sink the hips. Open up, frame the left foot. Left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. Feel the shoulders opening, the upper back. Walk, step, or float the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back to chair pose. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle those arms. Utkatasana. Big inhale. Exhale, float the arms. Interlace, standing cobra. Lift the heart to the sky. Exhale, bend those knees, forward fold. Arms float up, head drops down to the ground. Folding the body in, half belly to thighs. Start to slowly straighten those knees. Feel those hamstrings lengthening. Relax the feet, relax the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms. Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take a twist here over to the right. So be really gentle first twist. Start to center those palms. Maybe butterfly the arms. Going a little deeper. Exhale, take it back to center. Big inhale up. Exhale, float the arms, standing cobra, interlace the fingers. Lift the heart, let the head drop back. Exhale, forward fold, bend those knees. Float the arms up to the sky. Lift those hips higher. Release the fingers, sweep the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart, take the twist, left side. So be gentle here with the twist. Focus on twisting from the belly button, the rib cage. Twisting that spine, maybe butterfly the arms. Exhale, take it back to center, stay nice and low, and then big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Circle those arms. Exhale, interlace the fingers and let that pointer finger extend up to the sky. So really lift and lengthen here. We're going to come into a lateral side stretch. So pin the arms to the ears and just kind of move from side to side. Just at your own pace. Just notice how the side body feels. And then maybe hold over to the one side, wherever you are, doesn't matter. Press the palms together. Think about lengthening. So really ground those feet, lift out of the hips. And then inhale, come back to center, take it to the other side. Lift and lengthen. And back to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, float those arms. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to make our way down to the mat, lifting up onto the toes, or however you want to get down there. I'm going to make it a little challenging. So you're lifting up onto the toes, bending the knees, and slowly just sliding down. Maybe you'll hear some creaking. And then just come to sit. So today we're going to take a journey to banana pose. So I really love banana pose almost as much as Shavasana. So most people really love it. It's getting a nice stretch along the side body. So we're going to work our way towards that. So with that said, let's slowly round the back and make your way onto your back. So coming onto the back, let's just hug those knees and give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for showing up for your practice, for yourself. Maybe take the palms to the knees and then just make little circles, massaging that lower back, massaging the hips. So, in your yin practice, take time to just slow down, physically and mentally. So, as you're moving through your practice today, try to let go of anything that no longer serves you, any negative energy. Just really be present in the moment. Just be here. And then come back to center, and we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together, creating a diamond shape with the legs. Let those knees open up and just drop to the sides. And you can take the arms wherever feels comfortable for you. If you want to just rest the palms on the belly, or take those palms maybe to the thighs. And just think about grounding here, grounding the shoulders, the hips. Take this time to settle in. So you may think, oh, there's not too much going on here, but just take this time to just be, allowing the hips to open, the chest to open. Try to take the intensity out. Don't force anything. Don't search to make it difficult or challenging. Just let where you are be enough. Stay with that nice, deep, steady breath. Little by little, you start to feel the knees maybe coming closer to the ground. Or maybe they're far away, and that's fine too. But little by little, as the body relaxes, The hips will open up. And slowly from here, let's just bring the knees together. And then walking the feet in, coming into like a bridge prep position. We're just gonna windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So whatever side you want, maybe drop both knees over to the right. Take the arms out in T, gaze over to the left. And then just switch sides and turn the head to the opposite side, over to the right. And just move, do what feels good for you. So if holding feels good, or if just kind of going from side to side feels better, just do that. That's the great thing about our yin practice. It's not a follow me practice. You can just do what feels right for you. And then coming back to center. Hug those knees in. Maybe take the palms to the thighs, underneath the knees, and start to gently just roll. We're gonna make our way to a seated position, so however you wanna get that. Maybe roll a few times here. Massaging the spine, the lower back. And then coming up, let's come into straddle. So we're coming into dragonfly. So usually we do this at the end of our practice, so just go where you can go right now, since we're not really totally warmed up. This is going to be more about a lateral stretch. So from here, feel the sits bones ground. Sitting up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders, the upper body, maybe close the eyes, flex the feet, point the toes a couple of times. Again, make this gentle. So we're just going to come into a lateral stretch. So taking that right palm onto the right knee or shin. Inhale, slowly float that left arm overhead. So we're gonna hold this for a while, so ease into it slow. Think about opening up that left side body. So remember, in our yin practice, we search for that edge, that point of resistance, where we feel maybe tension, resistance. And just hold there and breathe and let the body do its magic. Just slowly releasing, going a little deeper. So in this pose, maybe try to avoid collapsing into the right side. Think more about lengthening, but soften. Again, take the intensity out. Think about lengthening from the fingertips, the arm, into that side, body, down into the hip, maybe all the way down that left leg. And don't hold the breath. Remember to breathe. Little by little, maybe that right side is coming closer to the right leg. And if the arm gets tired, just maybe change positions and make your way back in. If the arm starts to really get fatigued, you can always wrap it around the lower back, or just bring it down, and then after a little rest, bring it back in. And then let's inhale, slowly make your way back to center. Inhale, float those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Let's go over to the opposite side. So left palm grounds, right arm floats overhead. So this is more about the side body than really getting the hips open. Doesn't matter if the legs aren't wide, it doesn't matter. Just focus on that side body stretch. And you might notice one side is different than the other. And just acknowledge that and let it go. Try to come into a nice relaxed state here. And at the same time, lengthening, lifting. So you might really feel this going into the hip area, maybe the lower back. Maybe you're feeling it more in the legs. Stay with that breath. And then slowly inhale, float back up to center. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to make our way into a nice deep hip opener, pigeon pose. So if before I transition you into that, if there's anybody that pigeon doesn't work for, since we're here, I'm going to show you the modification first. So if you have trouble with your knees and you want to do the modification, just come to lay on your back. You can cross the right ankle over the left knee. And you could just hang out here and start to kind of work that knee away. You'll start to feel an opening in that right hip. If you want to go deeper in the modification, you can take the hands behind the left thigh and extend that left leg up. So this is the modification for pigeon. Just stay nice and relaxed in the neck here. And start to draw the legs into the chest. So now for everybody else who wants to come into pigeon, let's take a little flow. So make your way to your feet. Find your high plank. And we're just going to make our way to downward facing dog. So maybe move through a chaturanga, dandasana, exhale, down dog. Float the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hip. And then draw that right knee over to the right wrist. Start to just shimmy that right shin parallel with the top of your mat and what am I trying to say? The right foot is going to start to come over towards that left wrist. Start to slide the left leg back. So in pigeon, you might be right here. Avoid collapsing. Don't come down into that right hip. Stay nice and lifted. If this is challenging enough, just stay right here. Lengthen through that spine. And then if you want to go deeper, coming into a forward fold, start to fold over that right leg. Maybe stack the forearms, or feel free to position the arms in different ways. So sleeping swan, you can take the arms out in front, bring the palms together, and just let the forehead touch. Maybe bend the elbows, bring the hands in prayer behind the head. So these are all just different variations, but this is really about opening up that right hip. So go wherever feels good for you. I'm going to stay here for a little bit, so slowly, gradually make your way in to this deep hip opener. If at any time you feel pain in the knee or anywhere else, just make your way slowly out of the pose and take that modification. Search for that edge. slowly release. Start to come back up onto the palms, nice and slow. And from here, we're going to come into our shoelace pose. So taking the left leg, sweep it around, crossing the knees. So shoelace pose, we're going to get the outer hips, and you want to try to stack the left knee on top of the right. So it might be easier to get into this pose if you come forward onto the palms to align those knees. And then make your way to the sits bones. Come back. So just do the best you can here. For some, this isn't challenging. For others, it's very challenging. Take the hands to the ankles if you'd like. So just think about really grounding the sits bones. I feel this really right away in my outer hips. So this pose is very challenging for me. If you feel really good here, you can have fun here. You can take eagle arms if you'd like, and then start to come into a forward fold. Or you can just take a forward fold. We'll take the arms out. So have fun here, play with your shoelace pose, or just stay right at the beginning. Beautiful. And try to relax the upper body. Relax the shoulders. If you're really feeling this intensely, just focus on the breath. Deepen that breath. Be patient with your body, always listening. In this practice, we're getting into all those problem areas, the psoas, the piriformis, the hamstrings, the glutes, all those places that can sometimes create problems in the lower back, the hips. And slowly, when you're ready, just come back to seated, unwrap the arms, and let's uncross the legs, float that left leg back. Let's come back through pigeon and flow through our three-legged dog. Stretch it out. Coming in for down dog. And take whatever movements feel good for you. Maybe pedal the heels, maybe flow through a high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. And if you took the modification for pigeon, just switch to the left side. So left leg floats up three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hip. And then float that left knee over to the left wrist, left foot over to the right wrist. Shimmy that shin, coming to try to get it parallel. Slide the right leg back. Lengthen through the spine. Staying nice and tall here. And slowly exhale, coming into a forward fold. Sliding that right leg back. So search for that edge. So if you've been practicing for a while, I'm sure you've heard that many of us hold our emotions in the hips. So take this opportunity to let go. Give yourself permission to let go any negative emotions. That maybe your body is storing, carrying, weighing you down. No, it's okay to let go. Give yourself that permission. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Let's slowly start to come back up onto the palms. And let's come into our shoelace pose the other side. So the right leg's gonna swing around, Stacking the right knee over the left knee this time. Maybe help yourself getting into this pose, coming up onto the palms. It's okay if you can't get the knee stack. Just do the best you can do, and then slowly make your way onto those sits bones. And taking the hands to the ankles if that feels good for you, or eagle arms. Close the eyes, find that nice, beautiful, long spine first, and then feel free whenever you're ready to take that forward fold. And maybe not, maybe just sitting here is enough. Little by little, you can try to inch your way deeper, moving forward. Try to relax the shoulders. And slowly start to come back up, and if you're in the forward fold, or unwrap the arms, come back to center. And let's slowly, mindfully float that right leg back, pass through pigeon. Take your time, no rush here. Tuck the right toes, extend that left leg to the sky, stretch it out, three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Maybe paddle the heels, bend the knees, move the hips. Maybe flow through high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. And then slowly from here, let's float those knees down. Let's find our child's pose. Let those hips drop to the heels. Extend the arms forward. Maybe take the knees wide if that feels good. I'm just holding here for maybe 3 breaths before we continue. Maybe take the arms alongside the body, palms facing up. 3 deep breaths. And then inhale, come to seated, floating that body up. And then extend the legs out. We're going to make our way back onto our back. So bend those knees, take the arms forward, around the spine, rolling down, all the way down. And then once you get down there, hug those knees in. And then extend the legs up to the sky, taking the arms alongside the body, palms facing the ground. Just gonna come into a twisted root, so twisting the legs. So taking a wrap here, it's like eagle legs. So you're gonna just wrap that right leg around the left. So if you can just cross it over once, that's fine. If you can get a double wrap, wrapping the ankle around, that's great. And then taking the arms out in T, we're gonna just let those knees fall over to the left side. So you wrap the right leg around the left, gaze over to the right. And try to keep the shoulders grounded, that right shoulder. So really getting a twist. Think about that side body. You might feel a nice stretch along that right side hip, going into the glute. And maybe the legs aren't touching the ground, or maybe they are, or maybe little by little they get closer to the ground. And let's come back to center. Unwrap the legs. Make sure the hips are centered. Extend the legs up. And we're just going to take the wrap on the other side. So this time the left leg crosses over the right. Take that wrap. Float the feet down. Maybe shift the hips a little bit. And then let those knees fall over to the right side, gazing over to the left. Maybe palms up to the sky. Feel really open here in the upper body. Let those knees, little by little, drop closer to the ground. Feel that left shoulder grounding. Stay with your nice, deep, steady breath. Try to go a little deeper before we release. Drop those knees a little closer to the ground. Feeling that side stretch, that glute stretch, hip stretch. Slowly float the knees back to center. Unwrap the legs. Bring those feet, ground them, and just windshield wiper the knees a couple of times here. And coming into our peak pose, banana pose. So hug the knees into the chest. Maybe bring the forehead to the knees. Extend the legs up to the sky. Exhale. Slowly float them down. Make sure that you're supporting your body. Maybe palms underneath the hips, the butt. And just float the legs down. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Just get a nice stretch here. Take the body nice and long. And then from here, you can bend the elbows, take the hands together, so the arms can really be however you'd like. If you're comfortable, you can keep them nice and long and just kind of clasp the hands together. And then when coming into the lower body, let's take both legs and start to walk them over to the right side, coming off your mat. So the legs are going to come off the mat. And think about a banana, the shape of a banana. So that's what we're doing here with the body. Getting a nice lateral side stretch along that left side body. And then if you want to go a little deeper here, if you're not feeling a whole lot, you can cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Maybe start to bring the upper body over towards the right, but that's optional. Maybe take the right hand and wrap it around the left wrist. Just think about lengthening from that left foot through the side body, all the way up the leg, the hip, the torso, the shoulder, the arm, all the way up to that left hand and the fingertips. Try to keep the shoulders grounded here. Try to relax the body. softening, lengthening. You can keep searching for that edge, going deeper. Just keep the neck neutral. Feel that side body lengthening, getting longer, opening up. And slowly, let's come back to center. If the upper body was over to the right side, start to gradually bring it back. Uncross the ankles, start to walk the legs back into center. Release the hands, the arms, and just center here, get nice and long before taking this over to the other side. Maybe notice how that left side feels compared to the right. And then when you're ready, start to walk those legs over to the left side, taking them off the mat. Maybe bend the elbows first, just feel the shoulders grounding. And then option to cross that right ankle over the left. Maybe start to create that banana shape or crescent moon shape with the body, taking the upper body over towards the left. Stay with your breath. Feel that right
side of the body, lengthening. Opening up in that hip area. Let's slowly start to make our way back to center, bringing the upper body back. Uncross that ankle, walk the legs back into center. And just get really long here, take a nice stretch. And then from here, if you feel the need to bend the knees or hug the knees in, feel free to do that. Take whatever you need. And then just make your way right into Shavasana. So you can just go ahead and do that. If you have a blanket, if you want to put your socks on. Taking the legs nice and wide. Open the arms, palms to the sky. Take up a lot of space on your mat. Feel really open here. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like, gaining all the wonderful benefits it provides. If you'd like to join me in closing out your practice, begin to bring some movement into the toes, the fingers, the hands, the feet. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Bend the knees and just roll onto your right side, coming into a fetal position, just taking some nice deep breaths there. When you're ready, slowly keeping the eyes closed, make your way back up to a comfortable seated position. Roll the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall, palms to knees. Closing out our practice with 3 cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank yourselves for your beautiful practice. And thank yourselves for taking this time for your health, for your well-being. Always be kind, gentle to yourself. May there always be peace in your heart, peace in your words, and peace in your mind. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
I hope you enjoyed your journey today. If you would like to see new classes, please remember to subscribe, like, visit our website at kavelalife.com, become a member on our Patreon account. By becoming a member, it allows us to create new classes. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kavela Life. Thank you so much. Namaste.